Hello and welcome. My name is Joab Frank Chakhaza. Welcome to America Votes. Now the countdown is still continuing to 8 November 2016 when the United States of America goes to the polls. About 120 million people are going to go to the polls on this day to choose the next president of the United States. Now, as part of preparing for the vote, on 20 October, the Commission for Presidential Debates organized the last of 3 presidential debates between the Republican nominee Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, the Democratic Party nominee. This debate took place at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. After the debate, I spoke to one of the delegates who attended the debate upon invitation from the Commission for Presidential Debates and National Democratic Institute. And my guest is Costa Mwansa, a journalist from Zambia. He has been practicing journalism for the last 13 years, reporting on a wide range of topics including children issues, business, and politics. He has produced and hosted the official presidential debates for Zambia's elections since 2011, including recently in August 2016. Mr. Mwansa has interviewed all of the 6 presidents as well as other global leaders such as the late Muammar Gaddafi, Miles Monroe, and the King of Norway. So he clearly has got an interest in candidate debates. Well, after attending the 3rd US presidential debate, I wanted to find out from him what his reaction was to the debates.
Disappointing. I think after 2 debates, there was a lot of global demand based on the level of debates that we're expecting to see. America as a superpower is a global leader. We expected issues from the 2 leaders, but obviously the level of the debate was demeaning. The 2 candidates swayed away from the questions and the topics to do with the economy, to do with immigration, and to do with foreign hotspots on foreign policy. I think both the national and global audience feels cheated, or they feel that they did not get what they deserve to get. Is a debate that addresses issues, a debate where potentially in the next 3 weeks the next president of America is able to shape what their foreign policy will be and how they'll be able to get America's economy back onto the road.
Are you telling me that the debate today didn't help you have a better idea of who would make the next president of America? You don't have a better idea now? They didn't impress you at all?
Of course, the polls show in favor of Hillary Clinton, and at some point leading into this debate, even exit polls after the debate show that Hillary Clinton performed better. My disappointment is still that the real issues have not been articulated. Disappointingly, there was more persona attack, there was more under the belly issues that we've heard before in the previous debates, issues arising on emails, issues arising on taxation. I think those are matters that have been put to rest. There was more mudslinging than they brought out policies and plans on the questions that were being put forward to them.
Another issue that was at stake was the temperament of the 2 nominees, how they were going to handle themselves, whether they were going to keep their temper under control and keep calm and be presidential. Do you think any of the 2 succeeded in portraying that image?
Well, of course, it is a clear fact that Donald Trump is loud and outspoken, and he seems to have a rather unstable temperament. To my disappointment, it seems Hillary Clinton took her game a bit low today. She has a slogan of saying, when they go low, we go high, but some of the things she referred to were a bit unnecessary. We expected a bit much more, but obviously, like you say, the decorum or the demeanor or the temperament, as you put it, of a president, in certain cases, Donald Trump, fell far below.
If you were asked to choose between the 2 candidates, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, who would you say won the debate?
Well, Hillary Clinton slightly did better, but like I keep on insisting, based on my own personal expectations, she could have stuck more to the issues, but given the circumstances, Hillary carries the day.
You're coming from Zambia, and you have seen debates in Africa and the way we do our politics in Africa. Comparing it with what is happening here in the US, what would you say? How different is the politics, or is it any different at all?
Well, I think the notion is always that Africa is very far behind and apart in terms of what happens, but I don't think so. We are getting there. Our politics are shaping quickly into discussing issues, and I mean the platforms and the spheres vary. Africa discusses more poverty. Africa discusses more corruption. More health, sanitation issues which our friends may not have. This debate here will look more at foreign policy and other issues. But I think truth be told, comparing this debate to what we've seen in Africa, ours brings a bit more maturity. I can confidently say that it brings more maturity. I found some of the things that were being said about the candidates to each other were quite immature and childish.
In Africa, we're moving towards issue-based politics, and as you said, people expected that the discussions here were going to center on issues as well, but it looks like it has just descended into mudslinging and personal attacks. Why do you think things are like that? Is it that, US has been a democracy since times began, and things should only be getting better, but it looks like instead of getting better and improving, things are getting worse. Is it because of the nominees who are contesting this in this election, or what exactly do you think is going on?
I think it has much to do with the candidates themselves. The moderator brought through the questions. The questions were put forward. They decided to run away from the issues and go into their characters. Basically, most Americans that we've interacted with have pointed out, from scribes to scholars and experts, that this election, in its own ways, the worst in terms of its temperament, the worst in terms of its, mudslinging they've experienced in American election history. More to say because of two people who've been in public eye on different spheres of the public eye in the last 30-40 years.
And finally, what does Africa hope to get out of all this in terms of bilateral aid and support and things like that? Do you think any of the candidates have brought forth any hope to Africa in case they get elected as the president of the US?
Absolutely not. And it's not only Africa, but the other parts of the world that are a bit frightened, and I think it leaves everybody in disarray. America, as the world's most powerful nation, the superpower, seems to be lost now. It's as somebody once wrote, this is the beginning of an implosion of a great nation.
Donald Trump has been claiming that the electoral process is being rigged, and today he was asked what his reaction is going to be if he loses. He didn't seem to be too ready to admit that he will accept defeat.
Well, he fell short on that, but I think that's more for the American people and the system that they so much put out to be admired, to be robust, to be tested, but he lamentably failed to substantiate and give justification as to his claims.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, thank you.
That was my guest, Costa Mwansa, a journalist from Zambia. My name is Joab Chakhaza, and I wish you a lovely day.